fire, bro. Watch it be something like a Giga Bowser or something. Watch this. I like this trailer so far. It's kind of clean. Whoa, what was that? Wait, what? Hey, yo, what? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! No! Oh my god! No! Oh my god! Let's fucking go! Oh my god! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my god! He made it! He fucking made it! Oh my god! Oh my god! No!
Sweet. Here we are again, back on the Salt Shaker FGC podcast. It's been a bit of a while since I've done one, so we're finally back with a Smash player from Wellington. Yeah, I'll let him introduce himself. Take it away, bro.
Alrighty. Hey, how you doing, everybody? My name is AlastairBL. What's going on? Hopefully, everything's good with you guys and stuff. And as the homie said previously, I am a Smash Bros player from Wellington. Like to dabble a little bit in, some more fighting games as well. You know what I'm saying? But just nice to meet you guys. Overall, I'm big into content creation and just wanting to interact with people. Just bring a positive impact. You know what I'm saying, to myself and the people that are around me. I'm just a guy who games but has a passion to game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, bro. Yeah, I do recognize you a lot because you're one of those few people that does enter a lot of games. Like Smash is your bread and butter, but I love how you do play a bit of Tekken, a bit of Rivals of Aether. You dabble in a lot of things. But how's your day been, bro? Or how's your week been so far?
It's been great, man. It's been awesome. I just started working again throughout the week, and then getting myself used to getting back into the work what's called workforce and stuff, but then afterwards doing the gym. So that's been an interesting little transition, and then streaming right after. Whew,
nice. So I guess how have you just personally, how have you dealt with COVID and everything, man? Has that affected you a lot, or in terms of being on the grind with gaming and content creation and stuff?
No. COVID itself hasn't affected me per se. I mean, granted, definitely gotten the full vax and stuff like that. Take care of myself, and my family has been taken care of as well. But as far as that's concerned, not really. You know what I mean? Not much.
Yeah.
But it can't stop the grind.
Definitely can't stop. So yeah, why don't you tell us about your FGC journey? Because I know you're not a local boy. You're from way over the shore. You're from America. So yeah, tell us about your journey and how you found fighting games.
Absolutely. So I started from fun fact, definitely Smash Bros is my bread and butter, but I didn't come from Smash Bros at all. I didn't play Smash Bros until I think it was Smash 4 competitively, which was 2016. I played Super Smash Bros. Melee as a kid and stuff.
Yeah.
But I actually came from Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 in 2011.
Oh,
that's where I'm from originally. And it's to the point where that 10 years worth of experience, 2011, 2021, you get over 2022. I could pick up the sticks right now in that game, and we can do some damage. But after after Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and then for my teams, I do Spencer, Dante, Virgil, and Wesker, Spencer, Dante, and then I had a thing where I dabbled in a little bit of all the other characters and stuff, and could find a couple things. It was awesome, but from there, I fell in love with fighting games, man, and then I've gotten to from. Right now I have experience in I'm not kidding when I say this, 20 plus fighting games. I play a lot of them. I play, what is it? I'm trying to think of the ones that I play. or have played in the past. It's Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 3, to name a few. Tekken 7, Tekken Tag Tournament 2. I don't think I said Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but that counts as well. What is it? Blaze Blue, Chrono Phantasma, Blaze Blue, Cross Tag Battle.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Fighters, so many. I love, and then Guilty Gear Strive as well, and a little bit of Guilty Gear Exert. So yeah.
It's just how is it that you start off with the Marvel Capcom series and then you segue into Smash, because it's a very different archetype of characters, of matchup knowledge. Did you find it quite hard to transition from like an anime-ish comic book style game to Smash?
Yes, actually. So to answer your first question, like how I got into it, it was so I served in the Marine Corps from 2015 to 2019, and within that, I went to Japan in 2016, and I met up with like a group of my friends, and they would always play Smash Bros. And I was like, I never really took it seriously / like competitively until like that point. And from that point on, I was like, you know what? I think I want to take this game seriously. And definitely like a whole nother ball game. Out of all of the fighting games and stuff that I played previously before, nothing taught me Smash, like at all. Yeah. Nothing. It was so different, world of difference with learning how like different mechanics work, recoveries and stuff. And you know, it was definitely like a head scratcher for the longest, man, until like things just finally started clicking.
Yeah. And you were playing Smash at the time when you were in America? When did you come across to our shores?
Correct. I played I came here to New Zealand last August, and I played
wow, that's recent. I thought you'd been with us for a while, man.
I have not been here that long, I promise. Yeah, man. Dude. I've definitely tried to step into the scene, but step into the scene correctly and proper. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I tried.
No, well, you definitely made an impact. I was asking some people some bullet points about you, and the three things that came up is: one, you're a GC. Two, you've really helped level up the Smash scene. I can definitely say for Wellington, a lot of people have said that, and also you're the hype master. And because you're America, there's a lot of like. I wouldn't say that we don't go for hype in New Zealand. It's just we're a bit more humble. We don't play the hype role too much. But I've seen you play it. I've seen you do it at Crush Counter Capital against someone, and that's how I remembered you. That's why I was like, yeah, I know this guy. Like, how would you describe like the hype in terms of the American scene, or what you experienced compared to what you see we do here?
So a lot of it is like. I'm trying to think. So when I did, actually, I can explain a few things regarding that. So, you obviously know about Evo, right? You know Evo. Yeah. So I've been to 2 Evos before. I've been to Evo 2018 and then Evo Japan 2019. So when I was in Evo 2018, and that was like at the time where Smash 4 was going, and I went for Smash 4, Dragon Ball Fighters, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. I think it was Soul Calibur and Tekken 7.
Yeah.
So the just the environment was just nothing else that I've ever experienced, because you would have people who were either playing a lot of friendlies and stuff during one thing, or there would be like other people that are like playing within their sets, and then like you would have like, if you had one person play, whether they were like known or not, but you had like 4 of their homies like in the back, like, bro, you need to get this together. Yeah. You need to win this. Shut this down. So it was, I got a lot of that like inspiration and the hype and stuff from them. And I was like, you know, that's how like I feel too. I just want to, it's just fight, man. You gotta get people pumped up, gotta get the room like, yo, it could be something as, I don't know, as small as some chess.
Yeah.
I mean, anything regarding for chess, up until like just any fighting game period, you know. And I just be like, we gotta hype it up, man. It's got to be something. It's tournament time. People are getting sweaty. You know, people want to come for blood. So that's the aspect of it.
I do love it. I love that's how you can tell Americans. They let you know when they're in the house. They try to bring the house down.
Yeah.
And you're quite known for that. You let people know when you're in the room, when you're playing them. Have you found any moments in the Wellington scene that have surprised you in terms of that level of confidence and expressionism?
There have been a few times actually. So, and I take this as like, for me personally, I take the hype and like popping off in both ways, like as a form of respect. Like for example, right? Let's say I go against somebody that's really good and I beat them. I'm like, hey, let's go. That's like my show of respect. Like, yo, man, you are either really good or you're really hard to beat, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? If I lose and then somebody like pops off like that, I'm like, you know what? I can respect that. Yeah. Thank you. But there were, I think one of them was when I play, or usually it's like when myself and ICK play for Smash Bros. Usually like he definitely has like the numbers on me in terms of sets, but it definitely just goes neck and neck every time, man. And for both of us, it's like, yo, like it's the hype just gets there. One of us is gonna pop off or go crazy. And even another competitor by the name of Space Glaceon, whenever he like would beat me and stuff in tournaments, he'd be like, yo, let's go, I did it. And I was like, you know what, hey, I gotta respect that, you know.
Yeah, no.
And where
no sorry Alastair.
Oh yeah. And that's where it's just like, you know, where you were explaining how the Wellington scene can just be like more humble. It's like that is absolutely true, but like when those moments come up, they come up and they come up big.
Yeah.
And I like that. I love it. Oh my goodness. I can't stop talking about it. Go ahead, man.
How do you find the new Respawn Esports Center area? Because I know now they've had it for a while and they've run a few Rambats events and stuff. Like, how do you find the venue with the synergy, especially with the Smash scene? Because I know Auckland's got a strong Smash scene, but you guys have a huge Smash scene as well.
Yeah, definitely. For honestly, on both ends, whether it's the Smash scene and the traditional fighter scene, I think that this venue was like a God-given gift that like we didn't know we were gonna get, man. It's so awesome. Like the fact that, you know, we're able to be able to come together and come to a venue like this that is, you know, it's very spacious. It feels like you're right at home. You're able to interact with people and stuff like that. And, you know, usually it's like you can feel at home with either other people you fight against and stuff like that, no matter where you're at. But just that venue in general, man, it just has a special place in my heart. And after Crush Counter Capital, man, that was spectacular. Oh my goodness, just a beautiful way to open up the venue and just show like this is like the next big thing for us, where we're going to be at, you know.
Yeah, I thought the venue was great, the kitchen was great, and I just absolutely love, like, your hype is so uniquely identifiable. I don't think it gets confused with anyone else. It's like, no, that's Alastair popping off right there. Yeah. And you know, you say you're doing content creation as well with Smash, and you, like other streamers, you're really experimenting with streaming various titles, which is great. Have there been any titles that you've yet to stream that you want to?
Yet to stream that I want to. I'm trying to think. There are a couple actually. The first one that I think I want to do is like, actually, I'm trying to think of what's like coming to mind. So I'm a big fan of like the because with variety games and stuff like that, like I tend to bounce around with different things or like have like certain preferences. Final Fantasy VII Remake is one of those that like I want to definitely get into the streaming, but I gotta finish up this Kingdom Hearts series marathon with you know, the Sora there. Go figure.
Yeah, we're gonna be touching on that a bit later. Yeah. Yeah, and you're doing your own like Smash events, the LTS series or LST series.
Absolutely. It's called Love to See It, the offline edition. We got it, we originated from for every Friday we host, myself and my co-host Chalk B. We host a Friday tournament called Love to See It Fridays, and so it's a Wi-Fi tournament and stuff. Usually people come quite often and play every week. And then what it grew into for over here on the New Zealand side is, okay, cool. There's this day within bi-weekly that I can do it during the week, and then we'll call it Love to See It Offline Edition. And here we are.
Yeah. Do you think you might because you've done about 48 now, right?
Yep.
Would you be able to fit another one before Christmas, or is that a bit too much to fit in?
Oh, absolutely fit one. For as far as like for the offline one, I'm trying to think if it's because we did one this week. If I could do, actually, I could potentially do the next one next week. But as far as the online one for sure. We have a plan of we're gonna stop at 50. Like 50 is going to be like, and this is not done on purpose, but it like number 50 ends like perfectly when we want it to, and then that's just like it gives a break for everybody to go back to the holidays, enjoy spending time with their family and stuff like that, and then just right back into it once all the holidays end.
Yeah. And how do you kick it during the holiday period? Do you take a break from Smash? Do you do anything ritualistically different during that period?
Ritualistically, so definitely just spending a lot of spending time with family, making sure doing all of the proper, like get into the Christmas spirit. I am a very big fan of Christmas, and we gotta do something nice for it. Otherwise it's like during that time I might just play a couple of like games that I enjoy that I would like play off of stream. Sometimes it might be a single like RPG game or something along the lines of like Tales of Arise. Other times I like to get my honestly school myself up, get myself back into getting good with Guilty Gear Strive and Tekken and Street Fighter. That's what I usually like to do as well. So yeah.
How did you feel like you did at did you compete in Southern Cross Up 2021, the online edition?
Yes, I did actually.
Yeah, how did you go? How would you comment on your tournament results?
For the I'm trying to think. For the traditional fighter like side of things, I think Guilty Gear like I did pretty decent on. The kind of like issue or whatever was because of all of the games that like I was playing, and then it was like also trying to like balance something else at the same time. So it was like a little bit more on the hectic side and stuff like that. But for the things that I could do, I definitely I think I did okay for Guilty Gear Strive. And then the one I was surprised about that I had a breakthrough on was Rushdown Revolt, and I got in place at that one. I did very, very well. I was not expecting that. Like I'm trying to think. I got done with, because I was over at Respawn, the Respawn esports center, and I think I finished everything that needed to be in person at around like 5:30, and then I was waiting for like Rushdown Revolt and stuff, and then once I pretty much had like an insane losers run and stuff and ran it all the way up to grand finals, I think I didn't leave till like 9:30.
9:30.
Like
shit.
Yeah, and gaming did occur. That was a breakthrough and a half.
Yeah, I see. But overall, you enjoyed the weekend. It went okay. I know with it being online, I felt a bit disconnected from it. Were you the same?
Yeah, definitely. I really did want it because I know it was like scheduled to be in person. I was all for the the in person and wanted to go visit the venue that it was going to be at. But
yeah, it is what it is. I guess we could touch over Kingdom Hearts recently because it's going to lead into the review, which I know you've been very vocal about. Kingdom Hearts, it's such a great franchise. It's Disney. Disney loves it's so iconic. It sells itself. But Kingdom Hearts, I mean, how deep were you into Kingdom Hearts before Sora got revealed?
I was I was heavily invested. Like, I'll be honest, it was one of those things that like Kingdom Hearts fans, we have an unwritten rule of, okay, we're not going to, in a room full of people, right? Let's imagine like a room full of like random people that have no idea what Kingdom Hearts is.
Yeah.
That's fine. We're not gonna go out and, you know, like spit knowledge about this, either not unwillingly, but like if nobody necessarily wanted to hear it, we'll just stay within our little corner, you know what I'm saying? Have a little knowledge. But once somebody asks a question of like, what is Kingdom Hearts or something along the nature, boom, you just open a whole library of stuff that I can tell you.
Yeah.
And how I got into it was like, I think when I was in America, and I think I was like, what is it? I think I was like 6. Yeah, I was like 6 years old. And I remember my cousin was playing it because he got me into it. And then he was like playing it, and I saw like Tarzan in there. I was like, wait, what's this dude with this like weapon? And why is Tarzan in there? What? He was like, dude, it's like, it's Kingdom Hearts, man. I'm like, what is Kingdom Hearts? And then he was like, dude, you should try it. And like I tried playing it, and from that, man, I fell in love with it. And then I convinced my mom to get it for me, and then it was just a wrap ever since, man. I've been literally a fan since 6 years old, and I'm over here. I'm 25 now, so.
Hey, no, I mean, I'm the same. My sister my sister ain't into gaming, but she would beg me to play this game because she loved seeing the cutscenes. She loved seeing the scenes where Disney characters would mingle with Disney characters that aren't supposed to mingle together. She would love seeing that stuff. So I mean, you probably had that same feeling as well, just seeing all these characters being able to interact in the same universe. And then when you add Sora and this world about Heartless and Keyblades, it's pretty fascinating.
And it's like I knew about the Disney part, but I didn't learn about the Final Fantasy part of everything until later on. Like I remember, like this is how you know I just did not know anything. Like, what is it, when Sephiroth was in one of the games, I thought as a little kid, and I was like, hey, Sephiroth, what's that?
How, because you're playing, because I think you're playing the recent, you're playing the remastered Kingdom Hearts now. I think I got as far as like the snake boss with like the 6 arms in the desert, or the Phantom at Neverland. That's as far as I've gotten. Are you at that point yet?
Actually, yes. So I'm towards like, because like I beat it before, like on stream, but I'm just redoing it to do like the whole marathon series. So where like I'm doing every single game, but I'm doing it at like the hardest difficulty, like level 1, no experience, and insert whether it's called critical mode being the hardest mode, proud mode, whatever it's called, and then going from there. I've never done that before until like now, but yeah, I'm like I think like a literal area just before the final boss. So yeah.
Shit. How far did you get before you actually had your first like death, if you're playing on the hard mode?
I think I got to like, so I got past like the very first boss, quote unquote. I got up until like the second boss, like just towards like that world, because I think essentially what usually happens is whenever you do like a boss battle, you expect it to be like maybe, I'd say like 10 retries minimum. Yeah, and the first boss I beat in 1 try, and the second boss I beat within like 3 or 4. So, and then this was like throughout the entire stream, I think. Because the very first game has like 12 worlds, and 1 3.5 hour stream, I got through 4 worlds and was on the 5th. So like beating a third of the game in like 3.5 hours, and I didn't even realize how much progress I was making.
It's I enjoyed my time too. Obviously, I think I'm a perfectionist. I tried to complete everything before fighting the final boss, but I think I think I abandoned it, and I just couldn't do it.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. Do you think the trilogy, because Kingdom Hearts 1 was a great success, and I think number 2 rivaled it. Now, what about number 3? Because that was, I think a lot of us were excited number 3 was coming around, and the expectation of them dropping it. But I don't think, I thought it was a really good game. Did you have any issues or any problems with the third one, or did you fall in love with it straight away?
I fell in love with it straight away just because of me being like a Kingdom Hearts fan and stuff like that. However, and then like at the time, like I think it was Yeah, it was definitely just like a really like good and relaxing game, and just knowing like, hey, this is actual new Kingdom Hearts stuff that I. It was, I think, a year later when they released the DLC for it called like Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, and because I felt like it was lackluster at first, but this DLC that came out cleaned up the whole game for me.
Yeah.
Then where I was like, I have, oh my goodness, it's so good. And then like including the super bosses and stuff like that. They cleaned up the combat. They cleaned up the way that, or like they have the special keyblades in there, like the way that things work. It was just awesome. And the fact that like they even put they made the hardest difficulty even harder, like to where like if you go against a boss or you're in battle or stuff, you can't heal, you can't use special abilities. Like, what?
Yeah, they know what to do to test you. I just I did find it fascinating because a lot of time had passed between the second and the third, and you had all these new Disney franchises that could finally be included, like Toy Story, Tron, Moana. Like it was so cool to actually see not the recent, but the variety of the Disney characters, the universe just building on top of each other.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Disney world or favorite Disney aesthetic in Kingdom Hearts?
Yes. I think, and I'm trying to remember, I can break it down like per game because it's kind of hard to say like just one in general. I think for Kingdom Hearts 1, like that exclusive, I think Disney World wise, Tarzan was good. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, that's a hard one. Which one? It's like so many good worlds that were like, oh my goodness, that were so good. I think it had to be. Was it Beast Castle? Yeah.
Beast Castle for the second one.
Yeah, I'll give it to Beast Castle. Mm-hmm. And then the third, or for Kingdom Hearts 3 was Pirates of the Caribbean, hands down. Oh my goodness.
Really, Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes, that world was perfect. I'm talking before the DLC even came out. They did so good on that world. So, man, like it felt like I was an actual like a pirate going through stuff, like going through different ship battles and stuff. Like they made the world very big and depth. Like you can go swimming and stuff like that. Man, it was. Oh, that was a beautiful, beautiful world.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I guess we'll tie it in now back to Sora, who we've mentioned already. Now, Smash has had a great life, all these characters, and then Sora being the final, supposedly the final character for the Smash roster. Who were some of the top picks that people thought were going to be the cut?
I think it was common picks were Crash Bandicoot, Master Chief from Halo, Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Hey, shout outs to Dante. Oh man, Dante's so cool.
Yeah.
And I think it was Waluigi from the Mario series was a popular pick. Was there a fifth one? I think those were the main.
Those were the main ones.
Yeah, those are the main four. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we saw a bit of it in the intro, but Sakurai does the reveal, plays this trailer. Did anyone call Sora out before, like during this point? Did anyone call out Sora beforehand?
There was one person that did it. Like one of the people who like usually comes into my streams pretty often. He called it or said like, "Hey man, I think it actually will be Sora." And what I was trying to do at that point, because like there was this big thing about a leak happening before, where it was like, in I think July they stated like, "Hey," or this person stated like on I think it was 4chan or something like that. He was like, "Hey, Nintendo just called Disney to request like Kingdom Hearts or music from Kingdom Hearts. Sora will be the last revealed character, and it'll be on this date for October 5th." So usually a lot of times whenever you get like leaks and stuff like that with Smash Bros, you take it with a grain of salt. You think, hey, it may not be true, because when Kazuya came out, we all thought Dante was going to come out, and that wasn't really the case. So I was definitely thinking like, I want it to be Sora, but maybe it won't be. And like even when I said it in the reaction video, I was like, man, watch it be like, you know, Giga Bowser, another form of Bowser or something. And you know, it's like once I saw that Mickey Mouse symbol, man, history.
Yeah. Nah, it almost felt like Spawn when he got released for MK11. Like, this is a character that like people like he like, you expect that character to make the roster. And with Sora, I know that was it for you and for a lot of people.
Yeah, and I could definitely see that even for like MK11. I saw Spawn, I'm like, absolutely. I mean, I'm more of like, why didn't they put him in before?
And do you like the way that his battle mechanics, the way that he is, like, you know, his stance and attacks stay true to the Kingdom Hearts battle style?
Yes, actually. He plays like I don't even play Smash Bros anymore. I just play Kingdom Hearts, but like in this game. It's just the mechanics, the way that he like is kind of floaty and stuff like that is like how he works in the actual games, because he's not like the fastest falling character, but like most of the time, even like I had to sit down and think about it. I was like, oh, no wonder why I don't pay attention to whether he was floaty or not. It's because I'm so busy looking at the boss trying to get this opening. Like, oh, there we go. We got the punishment. We're good to go.
When you play as Sora, do you notice any differences when you would use him compared to when you played with Joker? Matchup wise, strength wise, where are you rating him?
In terms of a tier wise, I personally think that Sora is a high tier character, because there's top tier, high tier, mid tier, and then like low tier and stuff like that, right? So I put him at high tier, but I also have like because there's high tiers in Smash Bros work differently, because there are the normal that like, okay, they're solidified high tiers, they're gonna stay in there, no doubt, whatever you do change and stuff. But there's like a few exceptions to the rule, which I call gatekeepers, which are essentially characters that they do well against top tier characters, but they have a few like crucial weaknesses or a weakness that stops them from being top tier. Sora is one of them, because a lot of times the floatiness makes him stay in the air longer, and people who are either and he's not exactly like the fastest with dashing and stuff, so either people who are really defensive or who are really aggressive overpower him pretty well. So it's like kind of learning how to play around that. He likes a balance between characters who can be defensive or can be aggressive, but like kind of mix between both. But if it's like the complete opposite of one or the other, that's where he has troubles. Nice. Compared to Joker is like, okay, definitely like in the top tier category, one of or if not the best character in the game, and he deals with characters a lot differently, because he is very fast. He is a fast faller. He is quick. He gets like grabs very quickly. He has the comeback mechanic of Arsene, which like beefs up his damage and stuff like that. But even then, it's like he is very tricky, hard to catch, and he really can shut people down in a lot of different places. And there aren't many characters that can contest him that well. But surprisingly, Sora is one of those characters that he actually can contest with him. He can do pretty well against Joker, which is surprising. Like the fact that you as a character can contend against one of the best characters in the game, it's like, okay, you kind of
you can hold your own. Yeah. So right now, who sees your Sora as a huge threat? Is there anyone in the Wellington scene or anyone in NZ?
Honestly, I will say that, and again, this might come off as gloating, but this is just me proving it. I would say everyone knows that, hey, this man had this. Just because I'm the only person using Sora does not mean like, oh well, he's okay with him. No,
you gotta watch out. Yeah.
And like we just had our last like love to see it local yesterday, and when I played there and I got first place without dropping a set and got in winners, did very well. And it's just like I've been putting the time and the effort into him, and I'm absolutely seeing the fruits of my labor. I'm seeing it.
That's good to hear, man. Like it's interesting how like there's been these other like platformers that have shown up There's like the Nickelodeon one, and then they just announced Multiverses. Do you think it's really hard for other... like, it's good that there's more platformers coming up, but do you think it's quite hard for a platformer to come out and compete against a game like Smash? If they have other characters from different licensed properties and stuff?
That's a good question, actually. For Nickelodeon All-Stars, yes, I agree. But it's more of like, I guess how the game was, it was like a big story behind like how long they had with the development and stuff like that. So that kind of like ties into it. But in general, like they still have like really good like selection of the characters and stuff. Like, yo, Danny Phantom? Avatar The Last Airbender? What? For Multiverses, I think Multiverses in itself has like a really unique stance slash like ability to be able to, I guess, like perform not necessarily against Smash, but kind of with it, because one of the big things is that it's not for the Nintendo Switch. It's for the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and for PC, and then all being crossplay and free to play, and having all of these different characters and stuff like that. And even through like the trailer, they were advertising it the more of the 2v2 side of things, but I think it was just kind of them being a little humble about the 1v1s, you know. But definitely it's like it's in its own complete different field, because Warner Brothers Studios, they got more than enough resources to do what they need to. They've been working on it for 2 years. They got all these different characters, so I think that one's going to be very, very interesting of how it turns out.
I was reading something where someone was saying, in terms of offline competition, we shouldn't be using console, we should be using PC. But then in terms of platformers, I was reading something where someone suggested platformers should be free to play standard. What's your stance on that?
It depends on certain games, because certain games like Rivals of Ether and Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, those are, if you like the argument of them being played on PC, yeah, that's so valid. Like, because of I think it's the latency, the low latency and stuff like that, like how computer monitors have, and then overall they just run a lot better on said like systems. But for everything else though, in general, I do believe, hey, whichever system that you have that you're able to like play on both, play it on both, because they all can do pretty well, and it's still like the offline environment, and you know, like people can still do and perform really well regarding those, or I'm sorry, with like these games regardless of that. However, if it's like you can have I want to play this system instead of we only have this system, then PC be the go-to for those.
I see. Yeah, because when I was looking at those games, Nickelodeon would have a great roster. Warner Brothers, I'm not so sure, but then I guess I'm associating it more with DC, you know, like Batman and Superman and stuff. Are you keen for Multiverses, or like?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. The main one that like, well, actually no, there are a few that drew me for sure, but one of the big ones that I saw that surprised me / like works for me is Harley Quinn. I love Harley Quinn from the Batman series, man. Love Harley Quinn. The other ones that really surprised me that I didn't know about, like belong to Warner Brothers, was Arya Stark from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
I had to look up, bro. I was like, who is Arya Stark? And they're like, character from Game of Thrones. What? Huh?
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, wait, Warner Brothers, Game of Thrones. Wait, it's HBO. It's Neon. What the hell?
And that's the thing too, because they said that HBO is owned by Warner Brothers. I didn't even know that until like I looked it up. I'm like, what the hell? What?
Yeah.
And then the other ones that they had, like the Bugs Bunny, Adventure Time, with like Jake and Finn. I didn't know they were owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
that'll be a good selling point, Adventure Time.
Yes, like, because people have, and myself included, like Adventure Time has always had like a positive response / like been received well by like people who have watched it and stuff like that. And then honestly, I feel like this game is a flex of Warner Brothers being like, bro, we had these characters, we own them, you ain't even know.
Yeah, I mean, the game looks really interesting. I love their range of characters, although to be fair, I think of Space Jam 2, where it's just the movie acts as a commercial for all their properties. I just don't want this game to be that, you know, like it's just advertising all their icons, all their properties. I actually want it to be a decent game.
Yeah, I feel that too. And it's like, I think I really do think in this case, like, I haven't seen too many, I guess, situations or anything where Warner Brothers, like, failed to deliver. I'm bringing this up to, like, because I think, like, the most recent / like, the thing that I've played that been a big fan of for Warner Brothers Studios is the Batman, like, Arkham series, like Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and all that stuff like that. Like, those games were like a godsend, and it's like they did that on their own. And I think that Warner Brothers themselves has like a competent enough team, more than competent, I'm sorry, like just outstanding team enough for like developers and funding and stuff like that to be like, yo, bro, we see where either one other game has their shortcomings, or we see what makes a platformer good. Let's make it either better or live up to that expectation that people are having.
Yeah. For me, I would love for companies like Warner Brothers and Marvel. I mean, maybe Marvel's doing it a lot more than Warner Brothers is, promoting and growing some of their IP that maybe has been forgotten. Like in that previous slide, Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain. I would love to... they would actually fit in a game like Multiverses.
Hold on. And you know what's funny? Because they said that there are more characters being revealed. See, now that you pointed that out, I'm not surprised that they put them in there.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I would, yeah. Like, you know, because, I mean, Animaniacs, I think everyone knows Animaniacs, but it does get... Yeah. I would assume it gets put on the back burner when people, you know, people think of Looney Tunes probably more than Animaniacs. But, yeah.
Grab.
Yeah, it'd be like hidden potential, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's just... And I'm, like, interested to see... What other characters does Warner
Brothers actually have? Yeah.
Who do they have? What is your roster looking like?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what they announce in the future. But is there a character that you would like to see them throw in there? Like, it doesn't have to be Warner Brothers. It could just be your personal pick. Yeah.
Okay. Personal pick. Actually, you know what? I would like Joker. I'd love Joker from the Batman series. I love Joker.
Yeah.
Dude, that character is like awesome. Because I played Mortal Kombat 11 a bit, and I was playing with Joker at that time too. Because it was like a buddy explained to me while I was like trying to learn the game. He was like, "Who do you think that you would like actually like to play?" I was like, "Bro, it's Joker from Batman. I can't not play Joker." What? And then he was like, yeah, essentially he's a top tier character, but you have to know why. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And I see like all the different complexity, or like the complex things, and then like the, you know, the different intricacies he has about him. I'm like, okay, it's definitely on the more complex side, and I see how crazy the man is. So I definitely say it's Joker, and oh my goodness, it's one that's like on the tip of my tongue, and I'm probably gonna pop off if I remember. Let's see. What character was it? It's literally on the tip of my tongue, man, actually.
That's all right. Take your time.
Actually, you know what? Any, like, or I would say from the Teen Titans series, Raven or Starfire would... Well, Raven, Starfire, or Blackfire would be... Well, no pun intended, fire.
Nice. Yeah, it would be fire. Starfire would be fire.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would like, even if they were to just randomly include them as like either a guest character or something like that. But I also think Warner Brothers, they could get Teen Titans if they want. So I would love that, actually.
Nice, Alastair. Good set. All right, I'm gonna take you to your final round segment. Just some questions to wrap it up.
Okay.
All right. So your first one is, what's been the most intense Smash moment you've seen?
Intense Smash moment I've seen.
Doesn't have to be negative intense. It could just be like intense as in suspenseful.
Okay. I will say, I'm trying to think, was it from... Mostly, no, it was here. Compared to all the stuff that like I seen in America, it was here in Wellington, actually. It was versus... it was Space Glaceon versus ICK, where Glaceon got his first win against ICK when he was playing. The room was silent. No one said anything. There was like, you could hear a pen drop.
Yeah.
Like about a kilometer away. That's how silent the ring was. And then once like he got that win, like everybody, I'm talking, everybody went up in flames. And it's like seeing something like that is just like a godsend. Like, oh my goodness, I just love the hype, man. I'm all for it.
Sweet, dude. All right, next one. What's your favorite board game?
Board game, huh? Actually, chess. I love chess. I got or I learned it when I was like 9. I went into when I was in America. There was this like a dairy restaurant. It was called Oberweis, and essentially it's like where you go like to get milkshakes and stuff. And there was this older guy who would usually be there to teach people chess, essentially. And then he was like, or I looked over, like I got interested in it, and he was like, hey, do you want to learn chess? And I was like, yeah. And then from that point on, I just really like fell in love with the actual board game. It's awesome, man. Love it.
Nice. All right. Name 2 characters you hoped would make the Smash Ultimate roster.
Hoped, huh? Dante from Devil May Cry. That's definitely one. Ooh, what's in Shadow the Hedgehog. Yep.
Shadow.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. And what's your favorite Netflix movie or series currently?
Netflix. Okay, let's see. For that one, I gotta give it to my favorite, Samurai Champloo. That's like the TV series that like I watched from childhood up until now. Still like a really good 24 episode series, or 26, can't remember. Very good. It's like it gives a nice little chill hip hop like vibe aspect to it. It's humorous. It's got like it's got a lot of like fighting and stuff regarding it. Man, it's awesome. Love it.
And finally, AlastairBL, who is your wife?
Who is my wife? My wife is I'll correct it. Well, actually, yes, she's my fiance. Her name is Courtney Colson. So she is a content creator as well. She does like a lot of she streams herself actually.
Nice.
She does for YouTube. She's like a famous YouTuber, got like over 100,000 subscribers on there. She does reaction videos to like a lot of different things. It could be things like tailored towards like America and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And in terms of streaming, she can do things like more like interactive games, like either Roblox or I think another one called GeoGuessr. And she'll like play Resident Evil 7 sometimes as well.
Awesome. Hey, AlastairBL, thank you so much. I always enjoy getting Smash players, bringing them into the fold, and it's good to have people like yourself on the platform. Do you have any last words or shout outs? Where can people find you? What will you be doing?
Thank you. In terms of like last words and stuff, well, I would just say, well, one, obviously, thank you so much again for having me here, bro. Yo, that means
it's a pleasure.
Honestly, shout outs to everyone who has really helped me get to the position that I am currently in right now. My homies back in Florida who taught me like how to play Smash Bros and stuff like that. All of the I got to shout out Ultimate Multiversus Capcom 3 because it got me into fighting games in the first place. Absolutely. And just overall, I just shout outs to everyone who has supported me and who will, see more things from me within the future. In terms of seeing where I'm at, I have a Twitch and I have a YouTube as well. They are both just AlastairBL. Like you can just spell it how my name is, and then literally if you look it up on YouTube and on Twitch, it's very consistent. Also on my Twitter as well. Like I keep the whole like name brand consistent. And what will I be doing? So definitely I will be continuing to do the Kingdom Hearts series marathon as I'm doing now, and then just getting the grind on with platformers, getting back into getting to the swing of things with the Guilty Gear Strive, and definitely the Tekken and Street Fighter. And just gotta push harder, gotta keep going. The grind continues.